Live from the Dr. Jerry Henderson Radio Complex, it's time for Card Guys. And now, here's your host, Anthony Schulte.
Good morning. Thank you, Michael, for the intro as always, and welcome to Card Guys Detroit Sports Talk, Season 3, Episode number 20. Coming up today, we have a double Victory Monday to celebrate. The Lions and Pistons both won in blowout fashion yesterday. We also recap an exciting Week 11 in the NFL. I'm Anthony Schulte, and joining me as always is my man, Ryan Donnelly.
If there's any audio problems post-production, we apologize. But regardless of that, we have a great show for you, double Victory Monday. Go kick some booty.
Let's go kick some booty in the famous words of famous Jameis Winston.
Famous Jameis.
Yes.
Also right next to me, Mr. Michael Rosenkranz.
Episode 20 already.
Sheesh.
It's just, man, the semester's flying, the episodes are flying. This is going by all too quick, but
It is.
great show for you today.
Two
Stay
more
tuned.
episods before Thanksgiving.
Yes. Thanksgiving episode. That's going to
That'll
be fun.
be fun.
How many
That's some
shows
special stuff
before
planned.
the end of the semester? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 episodes left of
So
season
we're going to get to
3.
27. That's going to be fun. All right, so before we get started today, we all here at Card Guys want to extend our deepest thank you. We have reached 100 subscribers on YouTube.
Yes, sir!
Big 100. That's a huge milestone considering we literally started this channel in January from the ground up. 0 subscribers, 0 videos. We've built this up to 100 subscribers, and it's not possible without all of you guys watching out there every single Monday and Wednesday. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Even if you don't watch, thanks for hitting that button. We appreciate it a ton. It's just being able to talk sports with two of my best friends. It's a blessing, and I'm super happy that we're able to do this. And 100 subscribers is no joke for a college radio program. It really is not.
Absolutely not. From this being a show that Anthony and I started back in September of 23, and
On the Anthony Schulte YouTube channel.
on the Anthony Schulte YouTube channel.
Come a long way,
With
haven't
only
we?
a thumbnail and an audio file.
Yes.
From just a still picture of you and I, and then adding on folks like Doug and Calvin and Tyler and Isaac, and then adding Michael, who's now a permanent member of Card Guys, who's done 50-plus episodes with us. I mean, I would never imagine this show would go to the heights that it is now, and it's because of you guys. Who, if you're a family, thank you. If you're friends, thank you. If you see a student here at CMU, thank you. Even if, like Anthony said, even if you hit the button, still.
Even if you're listening in the sack and you didn't even subscribe.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for listening.
But it means the world to us. We're just getting started. We got a long ways to go. Hopefully we could bring informative updates to the sports world, but also keep it entertaining. So thank you again for 100 subscribers. It means the world to the three of us. And please keep subscribing. Let's get to 250 by the end of the year.
Well, more than double it.
Yeah.
More than double it.
Let's
Hey,
go.
who say it can't be done?
250. Let's go.
It's just it felt so good yesterday. We were all watching football and the legendary Cobb 307.
The infamous.
Cobb 307, and
Cobb Classic, if you will.
it hit that triple digits, and it was just, man, just to think where we started with this year and a half ago. You guys were freshmen here.
Yeah.
To put that in perspective, you guys are now sophomores. I'm a senior, so I got my start a little later here. I transferred in, but seeing to what this program has flourished to, it's incredible. I mean, you guys have been here from day one. Since the start of your freshman year. I joined a little bit later. My debut episode was, oh my gosh, season 1, episode 10. Just re-looking at it. Then I had a small break in between of that. And then since season 1, episode 15 onward, I've been there for every show.
Which,
so,
by the way, your 1-year anniversary is Wednesday
yes!
of
Really?
you becoming a permanent member.
We're
Because
just crossing all these milestones.
Because on your birth, I remember, because the first episode when you became a permanent member was on your birthday, and your birthday is Wednesday.
Yes. Yes, it is. It's coming up. It's coming up. So lots of big milestones to hit. Thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers. means a lot to us. I mean, these guys have been here since day one. I just joined a little later. I mean, this is episode 54, I want to say, for me. But I love getting up in the morning, being able to talk some sports with Anthony and Ryan. There's nothing like it. And to bring such informative and entertaining content to Central Michigan University is incredible to us. We love doing it. And we appreciate all of your support that you guys have given us over the past year and a half. It's only going up from here. You won't want to miss any of our shows going forward. So again, thank you guys.
There isn't anything like it. You hit the nail on the head. There's nothing like it. So let's hit our 3 stars, shall we? Let's hit our 3
Let's
stars.
do it.
Michael, start us off.
All right. So my third star is going to go to Josh Allen. Finally, the Bills beating the Chiefs, bringing him back down to earth. The 15-game winning streak for the Chiefs is over. Josh Allen went 27-40 for 262 yards with a touchdown and an interception. He had an early interception, but got that behind him and got the job done with the Bills Mafia right behind him. It was awesome. Second star is going to go to Jamison Williams. 4 receptions, 124 yards and a touchdown, capped off by that 64-yard catch and run that he had in the Lions' demolition against Jacksonville. We'll get to that in a second. My first star, everybody's favorite goofball, Jared Goff.
The man on the t-shirt.
The man on the t-shirt, 24-29, 412 yards, 400 touchdowns. Guys, can you imagine that?
400 tons.
7:34 a.m., by the way.
412 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a perfect QB rating. I think of it was 158.3.
It was, yes.
That is how you bounce back from a weekend ago with 5 interceptions against Houston. Those are my 3 stars.
My 3 stars. My third star is the man who went off on Anthony's fantasy team this past week, Saquon Barkley.
Yes.
Against Thursday night against the Washington Commanders. He had, let me find it, there it is, 26 carries, 146 yards, and 2 tuds, his longest being at 39 yards. He looked very sharp against the Commanders. Eagles, I believe they do play. I know they're on primetime next week, but I don't know who it's against. I believe they play on the Thursday night game next week. Nope, they play the Rams. There we go. They play the Rams on Sunday Night Football. My second star, De'Aaron Fox, who has been on fire for Sacramento. On Friday against the Minnesota Timberwolves in NBA Cup play, 60 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 block, 3 steals. On Saturday against the Utah Jazz, 49 points, 3 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals. The reason why he's not my number 1 star is because he lost on Friday. Which brings me to my number 1 star, which is a man who keeps winning, and that's Jaden Ivey. Last night against the Washington Bums, he put up 28 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists on a plus-minus of plus 29. Jaden Ivey probably should be in the running for most improved. When you stagger Cade and Ivey, you see numbers like that. Ivey's averaging almost 19 a game. Good to see from Jaden Ivey. Those are my 3 stars.
All right, my 3 stars, we'll hit them real quick here. My third star, David Montgomery. He had 15 carries, 75 yards, and 2 touchdowns, along with, scroll down here, there it is, 3 receptions and 20 yards. So 95 total yards on the day for David Montgomery, 2 touchdowns. Just part of that incredible Lions offensive attack that we'll hit in a couple minutes here. My second star, Cade Cunningham. Listen to this stat line, folks. 21 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 5 steals, a block, shooting 7 of 15, 2 of 4 from 3, only 2 turnovers, and a 61% true shooting percentage. That's why I was trying to find my phone so I can get these stats up here. Cade Cunningham has been on a tear. That's his 4th triple-double of the season. That's a 4x5 game with those 5 steals. He was really active on defense. I really like what I'm seeing from Cade. All I wanted in that game last night, and you guys can attest to this, all I wanted was an efficient game where you're not turning the ball over. A 4x5 triple-double on good shooting and 2 turnovers is exactly what I wanted to see from Cade. And then you got a back-to-back tonight against the Bulls where we're debuting the City Editions. We'll talk about that a little bit later, however. And my first star, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Just an incredible day for him. 11 receptions, 161 yards, an average of 14.6, and 2 touchdowns, keeping that streak of touchdowns up to 8. Just an incredible performance from Amon-Ra. He was catching everything. It was on 11 targets, too. He caught everything thrown his way, including that really, really spectacular catch where he hung on and didn't let that ball hit the ground as he was going to the ground. Just an incredible performance.
Those jug machines
Amon-Ra.
do wonders.
The jug machines do wonders. So those are my 3 stars. The Detroit Lions, folks. The Detroit Lions, they played a football game last night, you could say.
They sure did.
Jacksonville had their fun for about 4 minutes. They got their field goal up by 3. And the Lions, as the Jaguars are celebrating and jumping up and down when they kick their field goal, the Lions are sitting there laughing. Ha, 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 ha. Oh, they don't know what's coming for them. 52-6. Woo!
Wow.
What a performance from the Detroit
Demolition.
Lions. My goodness. After a shaky game against the Texans where, that's a game that's usually, the Texans game is usually a game that you lose and you're like, you know what, the boys need to be humbled. They needed this loss to kind of get back on track. After that, and we still pull off a miracle win there off the boot of Jake Bates. We don't need the boot of Jake Bates tonight because we're just scoring tuds. What a game. What a game. I mean, you come out, talk about a statement. You come out here and you're doing something that the Chiefs can't do, that the Vikings can't do, that the Packers can't do, that the Bills can't do, and that is when you see a team that's inferior, a team that is not good, you destroy them. That's what good teams do. Lions are the best team in the league now, officially, according to the standings. Just what a game. Everybody ate yesterday. It was a sight to see.
I don't know who said it, but someone called the Lions the bullies of the NFL.
Oh, it was some player after a game. They're like, man, they're just bullying everybody. They really need to learn to not beat everybody by
And
so
I think
much.
someone also said it on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, and he's just like, that's a statement I've never written in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Which it's so funny to think how far we've come.
Yeah, but listen, that was a fantastic win. That was probably the cleanest I've ever seen the Lions play this season. Played a clean game, no stupid passes, no stupid runs. You continued the takeaway streak at 14 now.
There you go, Jake Herb.
Let's go, Jake
Superman.
Herb, Mr. Superman himself. Zadarius Smith got a sack. There's one player I do want to highlight, and that's a guy who's had a sneaky good game, and that's Jack Campbell.
Yes.
10
Yeah.
tackles and half a sack last night.
Got a game ball.
He did get a game ball. Well-deserved game ball. Everyone on the offense got a game ball from Dan Campbell, but that was the cleanest I've ever seen. We didn't get our first flag until the end of the first, but that was the best the Lions have played. Jared Goff bounced back. He got me feeling nicey, in the words of John Gruden.
Got me feeling nice.
Got me feeling nicey.
I forgot.
I love John Gruden.
I forgot John Gruden's a part of Barstool now.
Yeah.
One of the best hires they've had.
He's
great.
home run hire, but there's not really much we could say except the Lions played the best football they've played all year, and hopefully they can translate this to Indianapolis, which I believe my roommate doesn't agree with me, but I think it's a trap game. Indianapolis looked good last night against the New York Jets. We'll talk about that later, but we'll have a preview for that on Wednesday.
They barely beat the Jets, though.
I know, but
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson actually looked like a staple quarterback, so I'm pretty scared for that.
I think the trap game is going to be Thanksgiving against Chicago. I think only because they're going to fire Eberflus within the next couple weeks. They're either going to fire him this week or they're going to lose next week. They're going to fire Eberflus. They're going to bring in, kind of like what's happening with the Saints. The Saints brought in, is his name Darren Reese? Darren Reese? The last name's Reese, or Rizzi. And he was the special teams coordinator, became the... Yes. Anyways, he's a special teams coordinator, comes in as the head coach. And, you see a new life in the team. You're seeing that team win games. The Saints look dead in the water. They bring in this special teams guy, and all of a sudden they're winning ball games. I think that's exactly what's going to happen with the Bears. The Bears have so much. Their defense is incredible. You saw it against the Packers. Their offense, they have the weapons. DeAndre Swift, Caleb Williams has so much potential. There's so much talent in there. You got Keenan Allen. You've got DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, Cole Kmet. You have all of these weapons, a solid offensive line. If you, for the most part, on paper they should be. You have all this talent, but it's not working, and that's because of your coach. They're going to fire Eberflus before they play us. They're going to get this new coach in there. They're going to have this brand new vibe, brand new culture, and they're going to come into Ford Field and they're going to win. You're going to see Caleb Williams go off. You're going to see DJ Moore have a good game. You're going to see Keenan Allen probably he's going to get a touchdown. You're going to see DeAndre Swift probably kill us. Look, the Bears don't look great right now, but I feel like the Lions are going to lose one game to the Bears this year, and I feel like it's going to be on Thanksgiving just because you see it in New Orleans, and New Orleans doesn't have the same amount of talent, and they knocked off the Falcons to completely derail their season, it seems. The Bears, same thing's going to happen. They're going to get a new coach, and they're going to look like a new team against us. And all that talent that's on that roster is actually going to show up, which I kind of want them to beat the Packers just so it makes
when we lose on Thanksgiving. Yeah. Personally, I don't think we're going to.
I hope we don't. I'm not saying I hope we do. I'm just saying I can see that being the trap game. I don't think I can see that being the trap game.
Understandable. I do agree if Eberflus does get fired in the next couple weeks, that might end up being a loss. But personally, Eberflus still has a coaching job,
which is shocking.
Which is unbelievable. Same with Doug Peterson. Well, I mean, Peterson will probably get announced.
Yeah, that might be within the hour.
Eberflus, I think will get fired in the next. I don't know who the Bears have next. Let's take a look real quick.
They have a gauntlet of a schedule.
So the Chicago Bears.
What is their schedule?
Their schedule, next week they play the Vikings at home, Lions on Thanksgiving, 49ers on the 8th, Vikings on the 16th, Lions again at Soldier Field on the 22nd, Seahawks on the 26th, and then the Packers on January 5th.
Gauntlet of a schedule.
Their easiest...
Seahawks probably being the easiest team.
And the Seahawks beat the Niners last night.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's a gauntlet. I'm going to say Eberflus will get fired if... I think the Bears have a chance to beat the Vikings.
I honestly, the way they played against the Packers, the way the Vikings have been playing the last couple weeks...
I think the Bears have a chance to beat the Vikings.
Yeah.
I think they're going to lose to the Lions, and then I feel like that's when Eberflus is going to get fired after Thanksgiving. Just like Matt Patricia. Anyways.
And then the Lions go into Soldier Field, and we lose again in Soldier Field.
I think we'll lose to the Bears once, and I feel like it's that game.
But I have this feeling... that we're going to lose a game to the Bears. I have that feeling that we're going to lose a game to the Bears.
Well, anyways, that's a sneak peek for next Monday's show because we play on Thanksgiving.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And we won't have a show on Wednesdays next Wednesday. Yeah. So that's your little sneak peek for next Monday's show. But anyways, back to the topic at hand. Lions played great. That's all I got to say. There's not really much we could talk about.
Yeah,
because it was a little BTA. So,
yeah, it was, and I'll just give you a couple numbers here to sort of fill in the gaps. The number 8, that's consecutive wins the Lions have.
Yes.
The most for the franchise since 1934.
Wow,
incredible!
90 years ago.
Every single week we are making history, and I love it.
Which 1934, again, for those that don't know, that was the Lions' very first season in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
after we were the Portsmouth Spartans.
Yes, which they were founded in 29, I want to say. The number 2.
Cade Cunningham.
Nope.
No, not exactly. 2 starts of 9-1 or better in franchise history. We love CD Deuce, but not to this.
Hendon Hooker.
Not the topic here. Hendon Hooker, throw the ball, please. 2 starts of 9-1 or better in franchise history. This year, in 1934. When the Lions won 10 straight in 1934.
Didn't we win the championship that year?
Yes, you did.
Isn't that when all 3 Detroit sports teams at that time?
Yeah, that was the City of Champions.
Yeah.
Well, the Tigers won it in 35. But anyway, I digress.
The 34-35 season.
Right.
Something like that.
46, largest margin of victory, the most in Lions history. 645 total yards, which breaks the franchise record of 623 set against the Cowboys back on October 27th, 2013. And then we also have the number 9, where those yards rank in NFL history, tied with a 645-yard game by the Steelers in 02. So you're top 10 in total yards in NFL history. You just keep breaking more and more history. There's more numbers. 38 first downs, the most in franchise history, and 2 shy of the NFL record per Pro Football Reference, set by the Saints in 2013. 158.3, that's the passer rating for Jared Goff. That's his second career game with a perfect rating, first as a Lion. 0 punts. 0 punts. 5th punt-free game by the Lions since 1946.
Jack Fox got a day off.
Jack Fox got a day off today.
He got his
and
check and
also
ran.
set single franchise records again in the margin of win at plus 46. Total net yards 644. Total first downs 38. Dan Campbell and the Lions were cooking. Guys, we got to talk about briefly that challenge that Dan Campbell did.
That was
What a
amazing.
troll.
That was absolutely. He was just trolling.
I think he just wanted to keep them to 6. I think he didn't want them to score again.
No, that was a game where Dan Campbell was not taking the Jaguars seriously.
No.
Cam Little had his 59-yard career-long field goal. The Jaguars got to celebrate that for a moment.
They were jumping up and down
Cam
after.
Little ended up getting both field goals, a 59 to 35-yarder, I want to say. So he got all 6 points for the Jaguars. And
Give him a game ball, I guess.
exactly, give him a game ball. Doug Peterson, there's the door on the way out, buddy. Yeah. You're done.
That was the largest loss in Jaguars history.
It was. Largest loss in Jaguars history.
The previous was 44. This
You
is
can just
46.
go on and on about the historical stats, too. And I don't know if you guys saw this, the David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Amon-Ra St. Brown connection. When all of them score a touchdown, I think it's like the 14th time now that they've done that in a row, which I think is the most in Lions history when they've connected.
Really?
That much. Something along that lines. I don't remember the exact stat. Not much you can say about the game then. It was an unbelievable game by the Lions. 9-1, best team in the NFL, best team in the NFC. My dad said it yesterday. Lions are going all the way.
It seems
Lions are going all the way.
If there's
Lions
a team
champs.
that does it, it's I mean, Hutch is already running in a swimming pool.
He is eager to get back.
I think he's to
Exactly.
be back for the Super Bowl. I don't know if that's medically possible, but I
look
tough.
at John Cena, who tore his ACL in 2008 and came back like 4 months later. So it's very possible.
It's possible
If
with
Hutch
the right
is doing
stuff,
like
you know what I mean?
8 to 10 hours of physical therapy per day, he will be back quicker.
Yeah.
So if he's keeping it up at this pace, if he's already running in a swimming pool in November and he got hurt in October, he might be back for the playoffs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his leg just broke clean in half. In the replay, looked like it was a sock. His leg looked like a sock.
Don't make me think about that.
And he's running in a swimming pool right now.
Yeah.
That's
A month and a
unreal.
half later.
And last night in his suite, he wasn't wearing a boot.
Yeah, he was not even wearing a boot.
He wasn't
wearing
even
a
wearing
shoe.
a boot. Just normal shoes.
Thank God he was
And
wearing
it's just
shoes.
so great to see Hutch continue to show up to Ford Field, obviously support his team. Prayers up, though, to Alex Anzalone.
Yes.
Broken forearm. He's out 6 to 8 weeks. He just posted a heartfelt message to X yesterday. He's optimistic about making his return, but
We do have Derek Barnes, though, coming
you
back.
do have Derek Barnes
So, I mean-
coming back, which is big, but Anzalone's been one of the big
He's been a
leaders
Pro Bowler.
on this defense. No doubt.
He's been a Pro Bowler, and I mean, seeing Jack Campbell kind of step up yesterday, and seeing Derek Barnes, he's been back from IR, so it's not all too bad. Like Dan Campbell said, there's nothing to worry about. I mean, we're fine. We have depth there a little bit.
We have depth.
So, and he'll be back for the playoffs, so not much to worry about there. So the Lions, they absolutely whooped the Jaguars 52-6. They have the Colts on the clock. We will preview that on Wednesday. Let's get into our NFL picks real quick. Let's go through the
All right.
NFL Week 11 here. A fun week, very exciting week. through the 1 o'clock games, I was 8-0 until the Ravens game ended. 8-0. I started off the day hot, sizzling. And then the 4 o'clock games happened, and I ended up being 9-4. So, not my best performance, but hey, I will take it. 9-4. We still got tonight's game to go. Let's start off with the Thursday night football between the Eagles and the Commanders. Saquon Barkley having himself a day. What's that, like the 10th touchdown that he got taken away because Jalen Hurts, you know that meme where he's like in that photo shoot looking all nice. Whenever Saquon gets it down to the 1 yard line, don't reward your number one running back. Let's just keep running the tush push. Oh, that's the most invigorating thing in the NFL is when your fantasy running back gets down to the 1, and all of a sudden you already know. Oh, Jalen Hurts running it in. Woohoo! Ha ha ha! I'm so happy and excited.
Now, if Saquon Barkley wasn't on your fantasy team, would this still be a problem?
Yes. Because I feel like if you're running back and you get them all the way down there, or you earn it, you should get rewarded with it. Saquon Barkley should have at least 10 more touchdowns on the season and a historic touchdown rate. But they just keep giving it to Jalen Hurts.
Let's see. Saquon Barkley's season stats. Taking a look. This year, he has 197 carries, over 1,000 rushing yards, 8 touchdowns.
Should have 18. I'm not joking you. In the games, and that's just the games that I've watched. I watched Saquon a little bit for fantasy. In the games that I have watched or I have seen in the red zone on NFL Red Zone, I have at least counted 10. He should be at 18 touchdowns right now.
Mm-hmm. And receiving stats for the season: 23 receptions, 210 yards, and 2 touchdowns. This is receiving though.
Yeah, so he should be at 20 total touchdowns. Anyways. That's the Eagles and Commanders game. Jaden Daniels kind of fell down to earth. Terry McLaurin, you are a meanie weenie, not getting open, and I'm not a fan of you, and you are getting benched next week.
Dang. You hear that, Terry?
Yeah, Terry. Look what you did, Terry.
You hear that?
But, Eagles beat the Commanders, and what we thought was going to be a good game turned into a stinker.
Jaden Daniels is not good in prime time or teams that are over 500. I said it.
It was a one-score game.
I mean,
it was a one-score game because of his garbage time touchdown.
Yeah,
that's true.
So,
I mean, Jaden Daniels he's amazing against teams like the Bears, but also terrible against teams like the Eagles.
Well, speaking of the Bears,
they lost.
They lost to the Packers.
Wow!
But they shouldn't have.
Nope.
They should have won. But another blocked field goal against a team I hate. Why is the teams that I hate keep blocking field goals to win? Why does this happen to me? Anyways, Packers win. An entertaining game it was.
Yeah.
Back and forth. The Bears showing a little bit of life. Bears fans, I wouldn't be overreacting the way you're overreacting, honestly. You lost a game on a blocked field goal. I mean, you were right there with one of the best teams in the NFC, I'd say. Yeah. You were right there. You almost beat them. You were, what was the 35-yard chip shot away that got blocked? So... I mean, they're acting like their season's over, kind of, but I mean, at least take solace in the fact that you hung around and had a very good chance to beat them.
Well, if your head coach is making decisions like he did against the end of the first half, the timer is ticking down.
They still got a touchdown though.
30-some seconds. They were able to get a touchdown. Why are you kicking a field goal and just running out the clock when you are at the half-yard line? Just punch it in. It's
Matt Eberflus. I understand their disdain towards their head coach, but I mean they're talking about their team in general. Just I mean
their team's got weapons. Matt Eberflus is bad with a capital B at his job.
Yeah, it's all coaching over there.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I picked the Packers.
I did as well.
I also picked the Packers.
And I picked the Eagles for reference in the first game.
So did I.
ELGLES, Eagles. Anyways, we have the Rams and the Patriots, and hey, the Patriots look great.
They do.
They do. I mean, Drake May, he looks
fantastic.
Great. We'll talk about him later, but Bo Nix, he looks great. A very strong quarterback class it's looking like it's shaping to be.
Yeah.
And you know what? I love it. I love it.
Underrated great hire by the Patriots with the Jared Mayo. That was a great hire.
I don't know if I like Jared Mayo.
I like it. Despite the record, they're still trying to figure it out. Remember, the Lions went 3-13, and now look at where we are.
Patriots, I mean, they could be like 5-6 right now, to be honest with you. Then that's not too bad. Patriots, and what's supposed to be a down season, they're seeing what they want to see. They're seeing, Drake May show those signs, those glimpses of, hey, this guy's going to be the guy in the future. He made that late game pick, which, I mean, you got to go through some growing pains as a rookie quarterback. You're not going to be 100% perfect. But the Rams, their offense looks incredible. Mm-hmm. I mean, you got Matthew Stafford with all of his weapons. You got, I think, Parkinson got a touchdown. Cooper Kupp got 2. Puka Nacua had like 100-plus yards and a touchdown. So, utilizing those weapons.
Yeah, I picked the Rams. Another great game from both teams.
Yeah. Next game is the Saints and the Browns. And as we mentioned in our open, they wanted to go and kick some booty. And, the opposite happened.
They got
their
kicked. Booties kicked.
Yeah. It was close. Hey, they made it 14-14, but then the Saints rattled off 3 unanswered tuds and really put this game away. Saints, hey, that Rizzy guy, he knows what he's doing, it seems. They've won 2 straight, kind of out of the gutter. Mm-hmm. They looked like they were at kind of the bottom of the barrel, and they've won a couple games to kind of get back on their winning ways. So, I mean, good for him, good for the Saints.
Hey, how about Taysom Hill, too?
Oh, yeah.
40 fantasy points for me yesterday. He had an insane day and just went off all around for the Saints.
Yeah.
Good day for him.
Good
I
day
picked
for
the
Taysom.
Saints.
I also picked the Nolans Saints.
Nolans Saints?
The Nolans Saints.
You said Saints.
I know I did. And now up to a dud of a game.
We got the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Ravens. I picked the Ravens, and the Ravens couldn't punch in the 2-point convert.
Yeah, I had the Ravens on this one. Steelers are legit.
Steelers look really good.
Steelers are legit.
And everybody was saying going into this, hey, Pittsburgh, they haven't played a division game yet. They're still going to play their division. They are in a pretty tough division. And this is a statement win if you're Pittsburgh. And they look pretty good. And how about Justin Fields getting on the field as well?
Hey, I don't know if it was the second to last or the last play of the game. That was a smart play by Mike Tomlin.
Smart play. The crowd loved it. Did it for the crowd. Good stuff there.
The Steelers are officially not boring anymore. They are a wagon.
Yeah.
Shout out Isaac.
Yeah, there it
Big
is.
Steelers fan.
Friend of the program.
I did pick the Ravens, though, unfortunately. But I'm not mad about that at all.
Yeah.
And by the way, that 2-point conversion was embarrassing.
That was nasty.
That was
disgusting.
Awful play call.
Yeah. And then next we have the Lions. We have the Jaguars. We all picked the Lions. That was a blowout. And then we have the Vikings and the Titans. Vikings, this is what I'm talking about. The difference between the best teams in the league and the kind of wild card / we might miss the playoffs teams. That's the Vikings. Look, they're at 8-2 right now. The record looks good, but the last 2 wins for them don't look that great. You're barely beating the Jaguars, who the Lions dismantled, and you only beat the Titans by 10, who the Lions dismantled. So there's a clear discrepancy between the Lions and everybody else.
Yeah. The Vikings have been playing incredibly different since the Lions beat them.
Yeah, they have been, yeah.
They've really been playing different.
It really
since the
rattled
Lions
their
beat
world.
Them. It really did. They got brought back down to earth. They changed some things up. They're playing different. I mean, they're still winning games, but again, you mentioned that discrepancy with good teams in the NFL, great teams in the NFL. Lions are a great team in the NFL. Mm-hmm. And Vikings, the record's good, 8-2, not on the same level as the Lions.
Exactly. So the Vikings still pull off the win. I picked them. And then we have Dolphins and Raiders. Dolphins, they're getting onto their winning ways too. I picked the Dolphins.
Yeah, how about the Dolphins?
Offense is starting to click a little bit. Hey, 4-6. You can make some noise towards the end of the season.
Yeah, making a tiny wild card push. I had the Dolphins beat the Raiders.
Got to get a little more rattled.
The Raiders. I can't do it. The Raiders.
There you go. That's a little better.
Can't do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Anthony Schulte upset of the week.
You stole my upset.
Once again, I didn't steal it. I called it first. The Colts beat the Jets, and I am a happy, happy man.
I got very worried for a second because I didn't know if the Jets were going to prevail, but I hopped on your bandwagon with the upset of the week. Colts take down the Jets, and Aaron Rodgers is going to have a tantrum with the coaches post-game.
It was scary for a little bit. I thought the Colts might have lost this one, but no. They say the Colts take the win. Anthony Richardson looking pretty good yesterday in his bounce-back game.
Aaron Rodgers had a 37.9 QBR. Horrendous. You're 40. Retire. Get out of the Jets organization. You're ruining it.
Cade had more points, rebounds, and assists than his QBR.
Rodgers, you're washed.
Yeah.
You're terrible.
Yeah.
You're garbage. Get off the Jets. You're ruining them. Let them restart. You have great weapons. You do. Garrett Wilson's a stud. Devontae Adams is showing signs of youth, and you have a terrible quarterback behind you. This isn't 2008, Aaron Rodgers. This isn't 2019. This is 2024. You're coming off an Achilles tear, and you're looking like this. Terrible. Rip. And then, right after that, my upset of the week didn't hit.
Take it away.
The Falcons were an upset because of the odds. And he got blown up by the Broncos.
They looked like the upset at this point. They looked like the worst team. Goodness gracious, what is happening in Atlanta? My dirty birds.
Dirty birds.
What are you guys doing, you stupid dirty birds?
I have a breaking news. I think I might retire the Ryan Donnelly upset of the week because it hasn't hit in the past, I don't know, 6-7 weeks. It's been a while since the Ryan Donnelly upset of the week has hit. Man. The last time I picked the Falcons, I think, was my upset of the week. That hit.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was week 2 or 3.
Was it against the Bucks?
I don't remember. I'll have to run back the tape. But for Card Guys beat by the numbers.
By the numbers.
I might have to do who's upset of the week hit more, and it's an obvious Anthony. But the Ryan Donnelly upset of the week, it's looking a little bleak. Ryan
Bars.
Hopefully, maybe in the next couple weeks, I'll see how I'm feeling. But it's not looking great for the Ryan Donnelly upset of the week.
And then game of the week, I'd say.
No.
No, I mean, it came down to
Nominee.
Yeah, nominee. The Bills finally beat the Chiefs!
Oh, I was thinking of Seahawks-Niners.
Oh, I skipped past the Seahawks and Niners.
That game was cool,
too. That game was But let's skip past that one. I picked the Niners. Let's skip past that one to the real one. The Bills beat the Chiefs!
Yes!
The Chiefs!
Woo! The witch is dead!
The fighting Taylor Swifts don't win. They can't pull off any more of their dark magic to win games.
Do you see the comment section on Instagram? Chiefs fans crying about the officials. It's like, go cry more.
You go hug Taylor Swift and cry in her arms.
I don't want to hear a single Chiefs fan. I don't care how loyal they've been. I don't want to hear a single Chiefs fan cry about the refs. You have been handheld like a little toddler at an amusement park this entire season by the Zebras. And what happens? Oh no, a call doesn't go your way? Boo-hoo, you only beat the Raiders, you only beat the Falcons, you only beat the Ravens, you only beat all these other teams, the Broncos, because of the refs. That's why you won. It's because of them. And now you're going to turn on them. Josh Allen, as we mentioned in the 3 stars. MVP. Incredible. That run, lowering down the shoulder in the helmet, playing like a real dog down there in the end zone, getting in, absorbing the contact. That's a quarterback right there.
No doubt.
That's a quarterback right there. I'm fired up about this one. The Bills beat the Chiefs.
As a certain someone said during the draft reaction of Daniel Jones, Josh Allen's gonna get a gold jacket. He's playing like one right now.
He's playing like a Hall of Famer right now.
He's playing like a Hall of Famer right now.
And then we have the Cincinnati Bengals in the
This is
LA Night. Yeah. Chargers.
Yeah.
Now this is game of the week. This is 100% game of the week. Jim Harbaugh.
No, and this is my thing.
Game.
The Chargers had no business winning this game after they let the Bengals. They're not a wagon.
The Chargers are a wagon.
They allowed the Bengals to come back, and then if it wasn't for Evan McPherson having to go to the locker room 5 times and try to kick a couple field goals and miss, not only that, but you have T. Higgins wide open on 3rd and 10, and he's getting hit while he throws, and the ball doesn't get to him. That's what lost you the game. That and your field goal kicker not being able to knock in a couple chippies.
And also your feeble defense, who actually played fine.
Their defense played
the
great in the second half.
But then had a blunder by not tackling J.K. Dobbins.
That's actually, it was probably, honestly, that was probably the best thing to happen to the Bengals was him going to score that touchdown, give him 18 seconds. Burrow gets the ball down to the 50. Burrow throws an absolute dime. T. Higgins caught the ball, and it got popped up.
Still, great. I think that nominee for Game of the Year. I think this game had no right to cook.
You are only saying that because you picked the Chargers.
This game had no right to cook at all. I'm not saying that because I picked the Chargers.
If you picked the Bengals, we would not be having this discussion.
I probably would say this. I'd probably say the same thing if the Bengals, even if I picked the Bengals. But this game had no right to cook. This game had zero right to be on primetime, and somehow it cooked. I'm so happy that Jim Harbaugh finally got a win going into the Harbaugh Bowl next week.
And what's funny is I went before the game. It was 8:19, and I was like, you know what? I'm switching to the Chargers. I go into picks, right? I was going to switch, and they were already locked. The game didn't kick off.
Oh my
they were already
gosh!
Okay, LeBron. Anyways, I picked the Chargers.
Okay, whatever. All right. So that's it for our NFL picks. We'll preview Week 12 on Wednesday and make our picks.
We also have the Texans and Cowgirls. I picked the Texans to blow them out.
It's the battle of Texas, and you already know who's gonna end up winning.
There goes my charging board.
There goes your charger.
Well, I didn't think that game needed any discussion.
No,
that's true.
Jerry's world isn't gonna have the sun blinding him tonight. That's for sure.
They're not.
Anyways, that is all for NFL Week 11. We're going to have a game tonight, as they mentioned, and we're going to pick Week 12 on Wednesday, so make sure you tune in for that. Hey, coming up after the break, we're going to talk about a winner in LCA, a winner in the LCA locker rooms. You're going to stay tuned for that. You're watching Card Guys, Detroit Sports Talk. We'll be back right after this. Don't move.
Sports cards, signed jerseys, signed helmets, and more. Miller's Sports Cards and Collectibles is your one-stop shop for all things the hobby. Make sure to check them out down Mission Street in Mount Pleasant, right past Meyer. Miller's Sports Cards and Collectibles. Card Guys, Detroit Sports Talk. Join Michael Rosenkranz,
Sports take precedence over academics.
I agree, but
Ryan Donnelly,
Corbin Burns, who is their big-ticket J13 item. Scooble is with us. Scooble's our big-ticket
Did
J1.
you just call Tarek Scooble James?
and Anthony Schulte.
I have an issue.
You have.
There is no break. It's a constant grind. It's an unbreakable cycle.
Yeah, it's...
As they navigate through the Detroit sports landscape. Live Mondays and Wednesdays at 7:30 a.m. on 101.1 The Beat in Mount Pleasant and at 11 a.m. on YouTube. Card Guys, Detroit Sports Talk.
Welcome back to Card Guys, Detroit Sports Talk. Ryan Donnelly, Michael Rosenkranz, and Anthony Schulte here with you on a double victory Monday because...
Detroit basketball! A winner! An LCA!
Double victory Monday.
Holy cow, the Red Wings suck! We're not going to touch on them at all, because they don't deserve to be touched by us. On this show. On this show. On this show. There it is. There's my blunder for the episode.
Ryan, that was perfect.
That was great. We needed that.
No idea how
boy.
perfect that was.
There's my daily blunder, by the way. If you're new, I have a blunder every episode.
The Pistons win, you say? Well, I forgot my K jersey this morning. I was walking to the show. I was like, well, I forgot my K jersey that I literally had laying out ready to go. So, I always have to come prepared for when we talk about when the Pistons win. So
Going over the Goff T-shirt jersey, dude.
for a little bit, you know what I mean? Pistons won. Oh, Ryan's wearing some Pistons gear.
Of course.
That's
The
true.
real winners of Detroit.
So, I have to, I got my Pistons, on-court warm-up jacket today.
There you
My
go.
normal jacket, because I forgot my K jersey, even though a new one may be purchased today.
Yeah.
City editions are being
City
debuted.
editions.
Anyways, the Pistons, an absolute throttle. Hey, I said this going into the game. I said that stuff about Cade. I wanted Cade to get that efficient, 20-plus points, not many turnovers. He did that. But I wanted to build a 20-point lead that we're building every game. We build a 20-point lead every game. And then we let it go. We let them come back, and we let that lead go. And it becomes a dogfight till the end. And what I wanted to see against a team like the Wizards, an absolute trash can, led by a trash can in Troy Weaver, I wanted to see destruction. And we built that 20-point lead originally, and we let it go. And the Wizards brought it down to like 12 points, and I'm like, here we go again. We're going to let the Wizards come back. Now, granted, the Wizards were number one in the league at 32 points per game in the fourth quarter. We're 29th at 24 points per game in the fourth quarter.
24 points per game in the
So,
fourth quarter.
the numbers say for themselves. We can't score. They can score. They do have 2 wins, both against the Hawks. However, we built that lead right back up to 20 points, and we held it. We held it. And you know how that's so perfect? We play a back-to-back tonight against the Bulls, right? Play a back-to-back. We did not have to play any of our starters for the final 5 minutes of that game. And I think that is great because you were able to arrest your starters. Not only that, but you got your 20-point win. You got your blowout win finally. You need that as a team because, hey, now we can hold on to this lead. We know we can. Jordan Poole decided to go off yesterday. Kyle Kuzma decided to go off yesterday. Bilal Coulibaly decided to go off. Great player, by the way. Hell of a player.
Yeah.
He decided to go off yesterday. And we still beat them by 20. Kuzma, you said it yourself. You don't want to be that team. Well, right now, you don't want to be the team that loses to the Wizards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks. Ugh.
That's terrible. But...
It must suck to be in D.C. right now.
Loses to the Wizards?
Yeah.
Loses to the Pistons?
No. Because he said you don't be that team to the Pistons losing. So now it's like don't be that team losing to the Wizards this year. Because the Wizards, I don't know if they're good. They might break our record. They might
Who
losing
knows
streak
at this point?
No, they might break our record for wins in the season.
That's true.
Their
losing streak right now is at 8.
20 more games.
20 more games. It's the NBA. They're going to win some games.
I don't know. This team.
Let's take a look at their schedule, shall we? The Washington Wizards play the New York Knicks.
L.
That's a loss.
Celtics.
L.
Pacers.
L.
Bulls.
L.
Clippers.
L.
Bucks.
L.
Cavs.
L.
Mavs.
L.
Nuggets.
Loss!
Yes!
Grizzlies.
Yes!
That might be a loss.
Hornets.
Yes!
Bucks. I'm keeping going. Thunder.
Yes.
Hornets.
Yes.
Knicks again.
Yes.
Knicks on a back-to-back.
What?
Bulls.
What?
Pelicans.
No, they're gonna win that game.
Pelicans.
Okay, how many games is that?
Let's take a look.
How many games?
Hold on. I went too far. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 18.
18 plus 8, they're going to get to 26.
26.
It'll be the Pelicans and Wizards to avoid them from being that team. Oh my goodness, this is about to be cinema.
They have a gauntlet.
None of those teams better take the
Well, I
Wizards
think they have a
unserious.
chance. They might have a chance against the Hornets.
The Hornets have been good.
They've been
have
good.
been very good.
LaMelo Ball is one hell of a player.
I'm not mad that we lost to the Hornets, but on the Pistons land, we play the Bulls tonight. The Hornets, the Magic.
I could see us losing to the Bulls. I really could. On a second half of a back-to-back.
Possibly, yeah.
You got Chicago. Chicago's got, Levine, Vucevic, who always kills us. Buzelis. Kobe White. He always. I mean, you have the 3 Piston killers: White, Levine, Vucevic.
They might have another in Mataz Buzelis.
Right. So, I mean, I think we can win, but second half of a road back-to-back, I don't know. We're at home, road back-to-back, meaning we're traveling from a 3-game road trip back home tonight. But hopefully we can win with those brand new jerseys.
Oh, man, they do look very nice.
Very
that's winning
nice.
basketball. Winning basketball last night. King in the fourth quarter said it best. Before last night, every Pistons game has felt the same, where you build a lead, and then they come back, and then we win by 4 or 5. Finally got a win over 10+. Second time I believe we've done it this year. Took us till February 7th last year to get to 7 wins, and it took us this year until November 16th.
50 games compared to 15.
That's coaching.
And that's what when you look at Troy Weaver, you're like, all right, buddy, you put an NBA coach and you put NBA veterans that know how to shoot the rock. You put them on an NBA roster, and guess what happens? You win. Now we may be mediocre, we may be like right in the middle, kind of like that purgatory, the NBA purgatory you don't want to be in. But I'd much rather be in that than where we were last year.
Yeah.
Especially coming off of last season.
Yeah.
I mean, the improvements we're making, it's incredible. It's incredible what we're doing.
Yeah, we have a chance to be 500 tonight.
We do.
Like we said a few shows ago, if we get to 500 before Thanksgiving, I'll be ecstatic.
What did I say? Hey, what did I say?
That'd be a heck of a turnaround.
What did I say?
Pistons do have, I think, 5 more games before Thanksgiving. Bulls, Hornets on Thursday, Magic on Saturday, Raptors on the 25th, and then the Grizzlies on
3 and
the
2.
27th.
We'll go 3 and 2.
I think here's how I will see it. We'll beat the Bulls, we'll beat the Hornets, we'll lose to the Magic, we'll beat the Raptors, and then I see the Grizzlies game as a toss-up, but I think it'll be a dogfight.
So we go 3 and 2, and that puts us at a winning record.
That puts us at
Where does that put us
11.
at?
That puts us
It's at 500, 10 and 10.
That puts us at 10 and 10.
I said
3 and 2 would put us at 10 and 10.
Yeah, never mind. You're right.
so we'd be at 10 and 10. I said back on, I think it was our opening night preview show or whatever. I said check back at Thanksgiving. We're either going to be at or above 500. I have confidence in this team. And what are we doing right now? We have a chance to do that. I've watched so much Pistons basketball in the last decade that I know when this team is clicking and when it's a good vibe and when this team it's like World War III is happening in our locker room. We got good vibes. Beasley, what a signing. Oh, what
Beasley
a guy.
has
Values.
been
This is the
incredible.
best. I'm gonna take credit for Pistons Jack on Twitter. Best value signing in the NBA. We got him on a 1-year deal, and he did that like 3 times last night.
Yeah, and then he was walking like this, and he was like,
He was feeling himself last night.
I would be too.
Go back to
Pause.
like one of the last episodes in season 2. I was begging Troy Weaver to sign Malik Beasley, and now you see the production that you got from Malik Beasley, and now I'm eating my words, and my words taste delicious. Malik Beasley is my favorite Piston right now. He had 26 last night. He'd be my star if I didn't pick him like the past.
Beasley.
I had picked him like the past 3 shows.
So I picked Cade almost every show,
But
because
Fair
Cade
enough.
is deserving.
I mean, Beasley deserves it too, but listen, Beasley's filling his role, whether he's coming off the bench, whether he's starting, he's done
I think
fantastic.
that's a Joe Harris jersey. Because Joe Harris is number 12.
oh, yeah.
Anyways, listen, I'm ecstatic from this production from the Pistons. This is probably, if the Pistons keep playing like this will probably be my favorite Pistons team in a long time. Probably my favorite team since
2017-18.
no
Wow.
18-19 or 20. I like the D-Rose, Drummond, and
See, we didn't win anything.
I know we didn't win, but that team on
That
paper looked
that
fun.
Blake Griffin season when he dunked on Embiid, that 50 burger to beat the 49ers, the 76ers. Oh, I remember watching that. That was my profile. My profile picture was Embiid getting dunked on because I've hated the Sixers and Embiid for a while. But that season was magical. I mean, the buzzer beater and the game winners and the game tires against the Rockets and just his performance and coming back in the playoffs on one leg, basically exploding his career. I mean, his career is he sacrificed his career for 2 playoff games for this city. I mean, you talk about a guy that should probably have his number retired by the Pistons. I mean, in the last decade or so, he's somebody.
Best Piston to come in Detroit since, like, I don't know, Ben Wallace, Chauncey Billups,
Rashid.
Rashid.
Probably Rashid.
Probably.
Because
Rip
Rashid
Hamilton.
was the last one added. to that
Yeah.
team.
Oh, by the way, shout out to Zadarius Smith, who wore a Rasheed Wallace jersey.
Yes.
Very happy to see that.
I like the analogy that he made. When Rasheed Wallace got traded to the Pistons in 2004, they won the chip. When Zadarius Smith got traded
and
to
they
the
look
Lions,
alike.
they
look alike. Look at them next to each other. They look alike.
I
Look
think
at them next to
Zadarius
each other.
Smith looks like Booker T. Anyways,
Yeah, I like it.
Besides the point,
But right.
besides the point, Pistons are winning games. Wizards are losing games. Don't be that team. If we beat the Bulls, I will be ecstatic. I just want to be 500. That's all I want to do.
We did forget.
I want
to
to
mention-
see.
We forgot to mention Zadarius Smith getting a sack.
Oh yeah, he did.
He got a sack last night.
Anyways, all I want to see is good Malik Beasley efficiency, and I just want to see us win games. And we're
That's what
doing
we're
that.
seeing.
We're doing both.
Cade
Malik-
efficiency too.
Kate, Mark Gardner. Let's have a chat. Buddy.
Yeah, Mark.
Last night after the Pistons win, you completely ignored Cade Cunningham.
Yeah.
like
Where were you, bud?
Like Pistons won. I don't remember who he highlighted, but he did not highlight Cade, and the entire
'cause he
comment
hates
section.
Cade.
And the entire comment section was going going after him on the Pistons Facebook group.
Well, yeah, because for context, this Mark Gardner guy, we'll hit this really quickly. Yeah. Mark Gardner, he is notorious for spelling Cade's name without a D, so it's Cade.
Like it's a cuss word.
Yeah, and he hates Cade. Every single chance he gets to hate on Cade, he will take it. And everybody in the Facebook group proves him wrong with stats and facts. And then he just says something completely irrelevant as a rebuttal. I literally made a post, and I knew he'd be there. And sure enough, like a moth to a flame, there he is in the comments section. I was like, well.
Literally the first sentence in
I was
his
expecting
reply
you
was,
here.
"I was expecting you."
I was expecting you.
Anyways, Mark Gardner, yeah.
As the Generation X would say, suck it.
Suck it.
Yes.
Eat my shorts, as Bart Simpson would say. But,
Eat my shorts.
yeah, let's keep winning games.
Let's keep winning games.
Pistons are making a turnaround. What can we say? And from a year ago to where I was completely deflated to when I wanted to watch this team when they were losing their 28 games in a row, they're winning games. They have a chance to be 500 tonight against a stout Bulls team. Mm-hmm. Shout out Luke Shaft on Wednesday. He's a big Chicago Bulls fan.
Yucky.
Yes. You can put it that way.
Not a big Bulls guy myself.
Fair enough. I think Pistons got a chance against the Bulls.
Oh, yeah.
You got to play how you did again. Cade's got to have another game. I think this is one of Cade's best games. You keep the turnovers down to a minimum. Yeah. Only 2, and you get your 4th triple-double while you're at it.
And one of them was just really bad. He tried getting it to Malik, and his arm got hit, and the ball went in between Malik and Tobias, and they didn't call a foul, so he should have only had 1.
With 5 steals, too. Cade's on the up and up. I love Cade a lot. It's so tough because I love basketball, and with the Pistons just being awful the last few years, I'm trying to get that fandom back. I'm getting that fandom back. I'm tuning into the games more, and this team's a lot more fun to watch than they were last year. They're making strides. Let's try and get to 500 at least before Thanksgiving. I think you can do it. You either go 3-2 or 4-1. It's possible. Let's get it done against the Bulls tonight.
And JB, you got to credit JB Bickerstaff.
Oh, no doubt.
He
He's changing the culture.
Him and Trajan I give him all of my credit.
JB not only has control over this locker room, he has the respect. He is coaching everybody. He is into the games. He's yelling at the refs in the middle of the third quarter while Monty Williams would be sitting down on the coach's bench.
Blank stare.
This guy is coaching. He's teaching, and he's building something. He wants to be here for the long haul. He wants to build this team up. He wants this to be his team, kind of like what he did with the Cavs. And he's building this team. This is JB's team. And the guys are playing for him. It looks like a fun locker room. The guys are vibing right now. And, I mean, all the credit to JB Bickerstaff right now, truly.
Yeah.
He's the main catalyst in all of this. So the Pistons, they play the Bulls tonight. LCA debuting those beautiful, beautiful City Edition jerseys.
Gorgeous.
Just sexy jerseys that the Pistons will be donning tonight. I may have one tonight as well. We shall see, though.
There you go.
We shall see. However, that is all we have for today's show, folks. Thanks for tuning in to Card Guys Season 3, Episode 20 on 101.1 The Beat and YouTube. Make sure to stay tuned for Wednesday's program, where we welcome back an old friend to the program. For my good buddies, Ryan Donnelly and Michael Rosenkranz, I'm Anthony Schulte, saying so long, everybody.
Love you, Mom and Dad. Kieran and Mom and Dad, I will see you all tomorrow. Fire up chips.